been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of large and all over the nation, and these veterans agree with me that the city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool who call themselves the People. Now tonight, you're going to twice be entertained by them. Right now, and again in the second half of our show, ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
I'm Carlo Cantamessa, and I portray John.
John Delgado, and I portray Ringo.
Jim Filgate, and I play George.
My name is Lenny Colacino, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say I play Paul McCartney in the show.
So how did the concept of Beatlemania generate?
Well, ask Leonard. I think since I'm the oldest, I should answer that question. It was actually a Broadway show that I was a part of in 1977, which is now 30 years ago. Wow. I'm old. Yeah, so they held auditions, and people who were previously out of work came to audition for this show in hopes of getting a meal. And some of them ended up actually getting into the show and playing in it for 30 years. And that's my story, anyway. Yeah, so that's how it started. Basically, it was an idea for a Broadway show, and it generated a whole bunch of Beatles tribute acts since then.
And now it's all this.
How is all this? You've got nothing to say on that.
He's very clean.
Carlo, along with playing John in this production, you also manage the band. Is that a difficult scenario?
Oh, it is. You don't even know these guys. It is incredibly hard. No, it's kind of simple actually. We've got a great show, and it kind of sells itself, and we need someone to take up the mantle, so to speak. So the easiest thing to do is to book us. We come out, we have a great time, and I really enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
And he's the only one who can read, so that
Yeah,
helps.
that does help. Yeah, and all my fingers work.
Jim, speaking of musicians, I understand that you're a very talented multi-instrumentalist and help others teach in your own home. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I teach little fingers to play. John Thompson's grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
These are very
Yeah, I teach music lessons when I'm not being a Beatle on the road. And
But you have a studio. It's not in your house.
yeah, studio. I got my own studio. Teach guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, and a lot of Beatles. Every day there's somebody comes and asks for Beatles selling.
And he's great at all that stuff.
And I'm great at all that. Just ask me. I'll tell you. Yeah,
The only guy I know who can play a cymbal with his eyebrow.
that's it.
Right. That's why
8
he's wearing the
stitches
glasses.
right
8
there.
stitches in his eyebrow.
That's why I'm wearing the glasses.
He suffers for his art. No sticks,
he's
no
very clean.
problem. Art pro.
That's it.
Lenny, you have an amazing vocal range, which helps you create many accurate impersonations. Your talent has gotten you many voice acting jobs. Where might our viewers have heard of you from?
Well,
Come on, Arnold.
I happen to do a lot of voices on The Simpsons, especially Grandpa. No, actually, I don't do any of those voices. My latest commercial that I'll be appearing in is an Aflac commercial, where I'll be portraying several cartoon voices from the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer show. And I'm on several upcoming episodes of a kiddie show called The Wonder Pets. Ever hear of that? It's on Nickelodeon. Yeah, I usually pay, it's a kiddie show where the Wonder Pets help out some baby animal in trouble, and then the negligent parent comes along at the end to thank them and has about 2 lines. That's usually me.
The negligent parent.
Right. I'm also appearing as the voices of ex-presidents Bush and Clinton at a library in Texas. Some interactive options, and a bunch of other things like that. But yeah, you may have heard my voice. I also did a bunch of singing commercials in the last 15 or 20 years. So U.S. Army, Folgers, Tropicana, stuff like that, yeah. Hey, let me pass that along.
John.
Yes.
You've had a
What?
you've had
on 2 hours sleeping.
you've had a very you've had a very successful career in theater and musical work, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Oh, thank you. I'm missing Mass this Sunday. Yes, I have. Very briefly, I've kind of done all aspects of theater. On stage acting in British comedies. I've done a lot of musicals. Bye Bye Birdie, Annie Get Your Gun, Kay and I.
You worked at the ballet for all of them.
There you go. I've been in the pit, so to speak, as a musician for a lot of the shows by Rodgers and Hammerstein, what have you. The beauty of this show is that I get to act and play an instrument.
On stage at times, too.
At the same time.
You're a loser. You're a loser.
Basically, you sort of get to
I get the best of both worlds.
have both those and put them into.
Hey, is that your foot under that toilet partition?
Right. No. I mean, I'm not going into politics. Does that answer your question? Quickly, I'm going to fall asleep again.
Lenny, is it true that you're the first left-handed player in the show's history?
Yes.
And you notice he grabbed the mic righty.
Yeah, well, look, see? No, actually, I'm left-handed. I didn't really choose to be left-handed. It just kind of worked out that way. So when I auditioned for the show, it was definitely a good thing that I could play lefty. So it helped the look, because most of the guys who had auditioned for it or played the role to that point were playing right-handed. So it certainly helped. Looked more like the Beatles than, say, the Ventures. But you don't remember who that is, Colin, do you? Colin, when's the first time you became aware of rock and roll?
It was back in '57 with the Corvettes. You also use many of the same brands of equipment, like Rickenbacker, that the Beatles did on stage. Why is that? Because they went around.
The guitar I'm using tonight is my guitar, my Hofner bass, which I have, several of at home that I use in the show. What I'm using tonight is an actual vintage 1963 model that a local friend of ours brought for us to use. It's extremely valuable, and it's one serial number away from Paul McCartney's original guitar. It's actually from that year, 1963. So I'm real privileged to play that thing, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I think one of the things I like to add is that each one of these guitars makes a unique sound. So you can get a Fender, and you can make it sound like a Fender Strat. You can make it sound like a lot of different guitars, but only the little Rickenbacker 325, the Hofner 501, the Gretsch Country Gentleman, only those have that sound that you're looking for. And if you're trying to sound like the record, you really have to go with the same equipment.
That's right. Tonight, they're going to be using very valuable equipment, so there will be no Peter Townsend impressions. So.
That's right. You never know. Just not with that guitar.
At the end, I smash my guitar. It's not mine, so why should I care?
That's right.
There's boy, another one.
Yeah. Have the schoolboy one for him.
What are your plans for the future?
No, ironically, next weekend we're going to be in St. Petersburg and Tampa, Florida. And that's where we're playing next weekend. We got 2 shows out there. Otherwise, our immediate plans are to go and take a nap tonight. Then we have the show at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow morning, we're back on the plane, flying back out of here. So it's interesting. We are not a full-time band where we have to play, 7 nights a week. We basically do two shows a week, 6 to 8 shows a month, and we have a good time. And we're the luckiest guys in the world. This is the greatest music, and we didn't have to write it.